Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light, little flock. When you hear this, I want you to meditate and ponder on it and decide for yourself what you think it means for you. Where do you think you fall in this this situation that we're about to read about? Where you fit in? I'm going to be reading from Amos. Now, a lot of what you hear, if you have not read it already or heard it already, may surprise you when you hear this. And that's why I said I want you to meditate on it. Think about where you fit in the whole scheme of things. All right? It's the book of Amos, chapter 8. Start at verse 1. Thus hath Abba El showed unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit. So Amos has a vision, and he sees a basket of summer fruit. Now, if it's in a basket, what do that mean, Israel? It means it's been picked, or in other words, it has already been harvested. Now, what kind of fruit is it? It's summer fruit. You see that? A basket of summer fruit. That's what he saw in his vision. First thing he saw. Then what does it say? And he said, Amos, what you see, man? What seest thou? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. Then said Abba unto me, the end is come upon my people, Israel. Remember what I told you? Think about where you fit in this scheme of things. So now he says, the end is come. Well, he saw a basket of fruit, summer fruit. And then he says, what do you see? He said, man, I see some summer fruit in a basket. He said, well, the end is near. It's come upon my people. You see that? Israel. So the end is come upon my people Israel. I will not again pass by them anymore. So you see the pass by them? Pass by them means to harvest the fruit. That's why he saw a basket of summer fruit. Those basket of summer fruit are the elect of Israel that Abba has picked. Because he ain't going to pass by and pick no more. Remember the covenant? I will yet choose Israel and choose Jacob. You see? The new covenant. So after he does that, he ain't picking it. He ain't picking no more. You see? So he says, I will not again pass by them anymore. And the songs of the temple shall be howlings in that day. Remember, I've been telling y'all, he said, come inside into the Holy of Holies, close the door of the temple. Leave them that's on the outside and on the porch and all that, leave them outside. The heathen gonna trample it down underfoot. That's what's written, see? So Abba, knowing this, has passed by, collected his remnant, and now let's see what he's going to do. He said it's going to be howlings in the temple on that day, says Abba El. There shall be many dead bodies in every place. They shall cast them forth with silence. Do you hear that? He said there's going to be a whole lot of dead niggas. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land fall. So who Abba talking about? He talking about the rich and powerful people of the earth. You see that? He said y'all ain't been taking care of the poor. You ain't been taking care of the needy. That's why I said examine yourself to see where you fit in, because Abba Yah about to make it clear what he gonna do with these different groups of people. He gonna make it real clear. Verse 4, hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail. 5, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? See, you can't buy and sell on the Sabbath, you see? Can't buy or sell on the Sabbath. So they like, when the Sabbath gonna be over so we can start selling and making money again? See, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, and making the ephah small, and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. So you ain't getting much bang for your buck in this world, he's saying. You hear how they said making the ephah small and the shekel great. What that mean, grandson? That mean making the dollar real great, but making the services that you get for the dollar cheap as hell. You used to go and buy something and it would be genuine, as they say. It would be a genuine article. But now, this shit is a knockoff. It's cheap as hell. It's made out of cheap-ass materials. It ain't shit, and they charging you more for it. That's called working the balances by deceit, you just read. You see that? So there are some people on the earth taking advantage of the poor people and the needy people on the earth, manipulating the balances, making merchandise of them. Ain't that what you just read? Now, who you think doing that on the earth? Well, Kanye and them trying to tell you who doing it. But we gonna keep reading. That we may buy the poor for silver. Look at this. And the needy for a pair of shoes. Yeah. And sell the refuse of the wheat. See, refuse means the trash part. That's what it means. Refuse means trash. It's what I've refused. So you get all the wheat, you gather it up, and you take the part that's refused, and you sell that to the masses of people. That's fucked up, but that's what's happening to you. Somebody's taking all the good of the earth and sucking it up for themselves, and then selling to you the garbage crap. That's what he said. Now let's continue. Abba hath sworn by the excellency of Yahovah, surely I will never forget any of their works. You see? Shall not the land tremble for this, and everyone mourn that dwelleth therein? Uh-oh. So if you live in a land that has been running on deceits and falsifying the balances and taking advantage of people and taking people for merchandise, as it says, selling them for a pair of shoes and all this shit, selling a boy for a harlot, selling a girl for wine and all of that shit it's been saying in the word, Abba says he ain't gonna forget them works, and the land will tremble because you do that to it. So America, that's what's happening here. You see? And guess what? It shall rise up wholly as a flood. I want y'all to hear that. It shall rise up as a flood in the land. So remember when Abba flooded the land when Noah was on the earth? Then he said it shall be just as in the days of Noah when the Son of Man come. Why? Because when the Son of Man come and put his foot on this earth, it's going to create a fiery flood that's going to consume all the wicked evildoers in the land. Just like Noah's day. That's why he said it shall be just like Noah's day. Just like the days of Lot, he said, when fire and brimstone rained down. It's going to be the same way. Well, let's continue to read and see. It shall rise up wholly as a flood, verse 8. And it shall be cast out and drowned as by the flood of Egypt. Remember when the Egyptians pursued the Israelites and they ran into the Red Sea after Israel, but the Israelites walked through on dry ground, but when the Egyptians went through there, they all drowned? The Israelites walked through on dry ground. The Egyptians went in and they all drowned. You see? The Israelites went through on dry ground, but when the Egyptians came through, all them niggas didn't drown. All right, I'm being silly. Let's get back to it. Uh-oh, here we go. And it shall come to pass in that day, says Abba El, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. And I will turn your feasts into mourning. Oh, shit. And all your songs into lamentation. Oh, shit. And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. Oh man, that's going to be a bitter day when he comes. See? That's right. That's right. Verse 11, behold, the days come, says Abba El, that I will send a famine in the land, Not a famine of bread, nor of a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Abba. Now what sets you free? Like I told you in the last message, the word do it. The truth sets you free. Abba's word is truth. So the word sets you free. Now, if you don't know his word because there's a famine of it, do you know what famine means? That means it's scarce. There's hardly anybody that knows the word of God left. That's what it means. I just saw a post from one of your beloved preachers, Marcus Rogers, who claimed in that post Abraham was a Gentile. Do you see this? And while he's saying that, he's saying, you should read the Bible for yourself. All of us should read the Bible for ourselves so we can find out the truth of these things. Well, then why in the hell, if you have read the Bible for yourself, are you saying Abraham's a damn Gentile? Now, how can Abraham be a Gentile, but his grandson, which is Jacob, is the chosen people of God, called Israelites? I serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but Abraham is a Gentile. This was the whole dispute that the Jews in Christ was having. Remember, they said, we be of Abraham's seed. We be of Abraham's seed. Christ said, I know you of Abraham's seed, but you ain't doing like Abraham do. Christ said, I ain't sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I ain't sent to those Gentile nations. And when he sent his disciples out, he said, don't go into the Gentile nations. So there's a distinction between Abraham's seed and the rest of the world. So how in the hell is you calling Abraham a Gentile and comparing him to Ruth, who was a Moabite, as if they're even similar? But that's what happens when you don't know what the hell you talk about and you just trying to say something that sounds sweet. That's what happens. There becomes a famine. Revival, revival, revival. What revival, Marcus Rogers? And the hell are you talking about? He's talking about this going to be the greatest revival of all. This church and shit they're building and shit, Firestone or whatever, going to be the biggest revival. That's not what the Bible is saying. The Bible is saying this shit going to be scarce as hell on the earth. Ain't gonna be no damn revival. The people are gonna be sick as hell when he get here. They're gonna scream out in agony when they see him. That's what it says. The whole earth shall mourn. That's what it says. We're not about to play with you niggas no more. Anyway, back to what we was reading. Back to Amos. We're gonna stick to this truth that tells us what the day gonna be like. Behold, the days come, says Abba El, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Abba. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and they shall run to and fro, and seek the word of Abba, and shall not find it. So what the hell revival the fuck are you talking about, Marcus, and all these people like you? What the hell is y'all talking about? People are going to be starving to hear the words of God. What the hell are you talking about revival, nigga? And they ain't gonna find it. You can go right on your app right now and find the words of God. You can go right on YouTube and find the words of God right now. So where is this time when people are going to and fro looking for it and won't find it? Well, that day that I was talking about. The same day he's been telling you about. The same day he says, what good is it to look forward to it? Because it is a dark day. Did y'all know that the day of Abba was a dark day? Did you know that shit? Well, continuing. In that day, see how it's saying it? In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. So the young people of the earth are going to faint because they won't be able to hear the words of Abba Yah in truth any longer. They're looking and they can't find it. You hear that? 14. And they that swear, listen to this, y'all. And they that swear by the sin of Samaria and say, Thy El, O Dan, liveth, and the manner of Beersheba liveth, even they shall fall and never rise up again. What happened to the tribe of Dan? What does the word Dan mean? The name Dan, what does it mean? It means judge. So this is the day of God's judgment. That's why he says Dan. Now, is Dan part of the 12 tribes anymore? No. Dan was kicked out of the 12 tribes, never to rise up again. He's rejected. He is a son of perdition. Do you hear these words? Have I not chosen you, and one of you is a devil? So one of the 12 that Christ chose was a devil. Well, one of the 12 of Jacob's son was a devil. Who was that? The serpent who shall bite the heel of the rider and causing the rider to fall backward. The serpent in the way. That's who. If you know what Jacob said about Dan, just like Yahusha said, you're going to betray. Go ahead. That means biting the heel of somebody is betraying them. So then go ahead on and do it. That's what he told Judas. Well, that's what Jacob told to Dan. And Dan means judge. That's why Abba said, if y'all talking about the God of Dan liveth, y'all going to fall and never rise again, because Abba's not the God of Dan anymore. He cast Dan to the side and gave Joseph a double portion. Didn't he? Y'all remember when Jacob put his hands on them boys' heads? Manasseh and Ephraim? All right then. All right then. They shall fall and never rise up again. You hear that? Amos 9. And I saw Abba standing upon the altar. And he said, see, standing upon the altar. So where we at? We at the temple. We at the temple. Now watch what he's going to say. Smite the lintel of the door. Now remember what I told you. Remember when Moses, when he told the children of Israel, paint the lintel with the blood in the doorpost. So the doorpost are the two posts on the sides of the door. The lintel goes across the top of the door. So he says, strike that lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out from thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, Leviathan, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I will set mine eyes upon them for evil and not for good. So y'all think we playing about this? Didn't I tell y'all mass death is coming? Y'all think I was playing about this shit? He said, I don't give a damn where you niggas run. Y'all can run in the bottom of the ocean, I'm coming to get your ass. You can run up to the stars, and I'm coming to get your ass. You can run down into the bottom of the ocean like flounder, and I'm coming down there to get your ass. You can run anywhere, and I'm coming to kill you. You can go into slavery, and I'll come in there and kill your ass. Nigga? That's what he's saying. And Abba, the El of hosts, is he that toucheth the land. See, it's he that touched. He was standing on the altar. I told you, when his feet touch this mug, it's going to get tore up. And you reading it. Let's see. It is he that toucheth the land, and it shall melt. Remember what we said? All the elements shall be burnt with fervent heat and melt, and be consumed. Well, we read it right here again. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, steak on steak, bread on bread, cheese on cheese. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And he hath founded his... I went too far. Went too far. Let's go back. Make sure I get it all. I don't want to mess y'all up. And it shall melt, and all that dwell therein. All that dwell therein. You hear that? Not some of the people that dwell. All that dwell therein shall mourn. So they're going to celebrate, or are they going to mourn? They're going to mourn. I told you. I told you. A great deception has come upon this earth that when he come here, y'all about to celebrate. You not. They're going to celebrate in heaven, not those who live on the earth. Woe to those who live on the earth, for that dragon that came down to you with great wrath. The inhabitants of the earth, it say. See? So continuing. It shall melt, and all that dwell therein shall mourn, it says. And it shall rise up wholly like a flood, and shall be drowned, as by the flood of Egypt. Same thing we read earlier. It is he that buildeth his stories in the heaven, and hath founded his troop, army, in the earth. He that calleth for the waters out of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. Abba is his name. You see that? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Says Abba, hath not I brought you up, Israel, out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from Caphtor, and the Syrians from Kir? Behold, the eyes of Abael are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. The sinful kingdom, who is that? Idumea, Rome, Edom, Babylon. That's who. He's going to destroy them from off the earth. Now watch this. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving, that means except, that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacobah, saith Abba. So all the people on the earth going to get destroyed except a remnant from the house of Jacob. See, I shall make a new covenant with the house of Jacob and Israel. See? For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, see? Which say, the evil shall not overtake, nor prevent us. Okay. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, like I told you, and all the heathen, like I told you, which are called by my name, says Abba, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, says Abba, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel. So Israel was in captivity. Interesting. I will bring the captivity of my people, Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make them gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, says Abba, your El. So did y'all hear that, or did y'all hear that? Abba's going to destroy all the inhabitants of the earth, saving a small group of Jacobites, Israelites, a remnant. And after it's all been destroyed and wasted, they are going to inherit the earth. Just like Abba said, the new earth will be inherited. Just like Noah inherited the new earth. See, just as in the days of Noah. They were doing whatever the hell they wanted to do, and Noah was in the Holy of Holies in the ark. Is that where the ark sits? Now in Revelation, does it say when the two witnesses go up, the heavens were open and they saw the ark of the covenant and the lightnings and thunders and hail? All right then. Alrighty then. So nothing I'm saying is strange or confusing. It's all connected. Matter of fact, it's all connected. It's all connected. You see that? So you have to know where you are and where you stand today, and not be left desolate and confused, because this whole earth is about to be destroyed and everything in it. That's why I told y'all all this vanity. What you doing it is vanity as hell. Now think about all of the hard work you've put into building something in this world. Just think about it for a minute. All of the hard work, sweat, tears, dedication, endurance, and all that shit it took for you to get something in this world or to accomplish something. And then think about it being burnt up in an instant and you mourning about that. That's what it says. If you seek to save your life, you'll lose it. Don't be deceived, y'all. Abba is coming to destroy this shit. And the only people that's going to be left is a remnant of Israel. That's what you just heard. That's what you just heard. Now, do you see why they want to convince you that you're not Israel? You see why they want to lie to you and deceive you and trick you? Do you see why now? The whole earth shall be deceived by a great deception. It's written. And he said this is going to happen at a time where people don't have the word anymore. It's a drought. There's a lot of people saying they're giving you the word, and they ain't giving you nothing. They're just teaching to itching ears. That's all the hell they're doing. Like I just proved to you earlier. Nigga talking about Abraham was a Gentile. It says Abraham was a Hebrew. That's what it says. So I don't get it. Well, that just means this. He became a Hebrew because he crossed over the Euphrates River and all this. The flesh profiteth nothing, but the spirit profiteth with all. So what does that mean spiritually, my nigga? When it says Abraham crossed over the river to the other side. Now, did Jacob cross over a river to the other side? After his name being changed to Israel, and just like Abraham's name being changed from Abram to Abraham. So what river did they really cross over? They crossed over the river to the spiritual side. That's what it really truly means. And that's what a Hebrew really truly is. That's what an Israelite really is. One who has crossed over from the fleshly side of life to the spiritual side of life. That's what it means. And if you have done so, then you are indeed the child of Abraham. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. The friend of God, it calls him. But, you know, people want to be in their fleshly mindsets and do fleshly things. And that's just the way it is. And those people that do that are lost. It's just the way it is. They're lost. So you going to be lost today? Because a famine is here. And a drought is here. And many shall die in this famine and in this drought. And it ain't food and water. I told you, this is a spiritual thing. You better get hip to the spirit. You better get hip to it. Yes, Abraham was a Gentile. Oh, man. Well, then why was he destroying his father's idols then? Then why was he doing that? Okay then. All right then. Why did they say Abraham? You're not even 50 years old, and you said Abraham has saw my day and rejoiced in it? How could? You're not even 50 years old, man. Before Abraham was, I am. Oh boy. Never mind. I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna get all that deep into it and shit with y'all, man. But y'all understand the point. There's a lot of teaching going on and itching ears out here, guys, leading you guys astray because you're being deceived because you're not heeding to the word that Abba has given you. And if you reject it, then he just won't force it on you. He'll say, all right, you don't want it, I'll take it and give it to another. Isn't that what he told Israel? Oh, y'all don't want to be my chosen holy people, huh? All right, then I'm going to give it to a nation that's not a nation, to a people that's a foolish people, that ain't even a true people. And he did. And now here we have the discrepancy being exposed right now. Hey, we're Jews. No, you're not. Uh-oh, we're getting found out. Oh, shit. Yep. So, hope y'all hear that today. I hope you heed to it. Silawam Israel.